So, who are you? Where are you from?
My name is Hussein. Actually, I'm from Morocco, born and raised. 20-year-old. I was born in 2004. I'm from a small country city that called Tesla. Born and I was raised in Agda City. I was raised by a Muslim family, and I appreciate that. I actually thank God for that. That's it.
What are you doing for living or in Marrakesh?
Currently, I'm in Marrakesh working. I work for a shop like selling merchandise, more touristic, like products and everything like that for 7 years. That's it, and I think it's like very good for me to meet new people. To have more knowledge about the world because you are meeting people from all around the world. It's a good thing actually. I like this job. I'm feeling more comfortable. It's not that heavy job. You know what I mean? And I'm having like more rest. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, your English is pretty good, and you speak it fluently. Why can you speak that good English?
I mean, I'm very possessed with English. And when I dropped out of school, unfortunately, I dropped out of school when I was 17. So I'm not gonna say this is my regret, but I think it's more. I think that pushing me forward. You know what I mean? Not to follow like what somebody else following. You know what I'm trying to say? And when I dropped out, I realized that English is like global language. Like everywhere you go, you can talk English with other person easily. It's kind of. And the way that I learned English, I never learned it from school. I learned just by myself. You know what I mean? Reading books, writing rhymes, writing the sentences down, everything like that. You know what I'm trying to say? And watching movies. There's a lot of channels actually to practice your English. There's what's English every day, so it's going to help you more to advance your vocabulary. You know what I'm trying to say? And I say listen to rap music too, helping me too much, to get the American accent. And I don't think actually that you can get that from school, because school just for me it's just a waste of time. And that's it. And that's pressure made miracles. This is how I learned English. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You dropped out of school. Are there any reasons?
No, actually, I felt that school just a waste of time, so that's why I dropped out. I don't think this is a good reason, to say right now. That's it. It's just a waste of time because I spent nearly 10 years from school. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to do any of these things. You know what I'm trying to say? That's it. When I dropped out, so I realized that, you can just teach yourself. You don't actually have to wait for a teacher to teach you anything. You can just do it by yourself and learn by yourself, and just do it by yourself. Push yourself forward. That's it.
And have you ever faced problems?
All right, let's go, man.
Okay, have you ever faced problems in finding a job because of your dropout?
Yeah, I faced a lot of problems. Every job right here in Morocco, you have to get a school certification. I had level in school, so you can get a job in a bank or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? In administration or anything like that. But in a shop or some hard jobs, you can get a job easily in certain places. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I faced a lot of problems finding a job. I was sometimes in employment, just sitting in a home, just wasting time. That's it.
But there's one good thing. I mean, you told me already about your music, and can you talk a little bit more about that?
About my music? I just actually started rapping, making rhymes and everything like that. I'm not actually doing music for the fame. I'm just doing music to advance my vocabulary more, learn more about English. So that's the thing that I'm actually trying to get English. I mean, get music in my life, just to learn more things.
Do you have any idol in your musician?
What is it?
Do you have any idols? Like,
Idol.
yeah, like someone who you really want to. Do you have anyone who you want to be comparable, like same?
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that I'm trying to imitate, like the rappers from the 90s, like Tupac Shakur, Mobb Deep, and Nas 2000, all these kind of rappers. You know why? Because they are talking about like the reality, what's actually going on in our community right now, in our society. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to follow them. That's a good thing actually for me, you know.
Okay, so you're more interested into music, which is about politics, about our social life.
Yeah, that's correct. That actually talks about the reality. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this fake music that actually talk about love or, you know what I'm saying? I like music that talks about like self-taught, how you can get your dreams true, you know, how to reach your goals. That's it. And I feel like kind of rap music pushing forward. And that's a good thing actually for me, you know.
Kind of interesting.
Yep.
So if we go back, like your impressions about the country, about everything. Right now we have Ramadan. Yeah, and there are a lot of foreigners, and usually in Marrakesh there are a lot of foreigners, a lot of tourists. How do you feel about this situation? How do you feel about the life?
Like in Morocco?
For you it's a little bit difficult to compare it to other countries, but like your first impression, is it like a fast forward country, or is it like chill? Is it like humbled, or?
I think Morocco is kind of easily affordable. You can afford it. It's not that very expensive like United States or anything like that. You can get a rent for a cheap price right here. It's not compared to the Europe countries. You can get a food easily. You know, it's not that expensive food, and that's it. It's kind of good actually. Life is in Morocco is really good. You know, it's like really good actually compared to the whole Africa. I think Morocco is the best country like to live. You can afford it. Yep.
And maybe we talk again about your friends you mentioned.
Yeah. I used to have a lot of friends, my peers actually, since my school time. But right now, at this time, I don't have any friends, you know, because I said my whole friends are drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to talk to them anymore. I don't like to walk with them, like to share any ideas with them because they are infamous, you know, and disrespectful. So I tried like to stay away from them. And I'm trying to say, I'm trying to make my own way, like to stand out. Because a lot of them like try to involve me in problems, but you know, I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying to make my own way. Because most of them at the first time when I was like trying to make my own way, they patronized me, tried to make fun of me, tried to a lot of things like that. They tried to get me in their way. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I don't like about them. So, you know, I don't have any friends anymore. That's it. I'm just living life by myself. I'm self-taught, you know.
And what do you think are the reasons why your friends became drug addicted, or?
Most of them are addicted by just like that, you know. I don't have nothing to do, so I have to go to smoke. I have to get some weed to smoke. You know, it's kind of, they have a lot of free time. They don't have like a good ideas like to use their time in specific things, like learn a skill, like, you know what I'm saying, like do your homework or anything like that. And a lot of them just like they're trying to involve the other person who's not actually a drug addict, so they are trying to get another person with them. So that's the problem, you know. A lot of them actually.
Oh, that's very sad. Yeah. I mean, no one should ever experience that, especially friends like that. But
They got to stay away from drugs and everything like that. They try to make their own way. Try to advance your brain or something. You know, like try to learn more skills, learn a language that's very useful. Learn something. You know, you don't have to stay in there. And actually, a lot of people just like getting drugs. You know, by who they surrounded with. If you are actually surrounded with drug addicts, so you are going to, to smoke drugs and everything like that in a short time. But if you are surrounded by intelligent people, so you can get in the other side. You know what I mean? Yep.
totally
That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. It's actually about like who you're surrounded with. That's it.
So, sometimes it's depression, and then there's nothing.
Depression. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we take another route to a better topic, and
Let's go.
probably about your dreams. About
My dreams.
Yes.
Yep. That's a very interesting question. Actually, dreams have to be actually just in your mind. You know what I mean? Like if you want your dreams like to become true, you don't have to share with anybody else. But I'm gonna try to do that. My dream actually is like to be more comfortable in this life, not to worry about the future, and always to see my mother smile. That's my dream, Yep. So there's a difference between goals and dreams, right? My goal actually is like to stay out of the slavery, like I mentioned in my two interviews before. Make something for my life, like not to be useless. You know what I'm saying? And to find something in the future. I don't want to be in like 30s and still just like going to, you know what I'm saying, to see, to be under somebody's control. Like you have to do something for yourself, and that's it.
True. Totally true.
Yep.
Do you have any other words, last words for the world, or
For the world.
anything what you feel right now to express or to say?
I feel like more comfortable than I used to because of like I said, who I'm surrounded with. Totally comfortable, totally focused on what I'm doing, totally focused on music, totally focused on learning and discovering more things, and this is how I feel right now, more comfortable because I'm seeing actually my family in a good condition and myself too, and I appreciate God for that. Yep.